Welcome back, guys, to another video. Today we'll be doing what if Naruto was reincarnated as Meliodas. The reincarnation of Meliodas. And I have found a way to make slightly better not intros, thumbnails. And I will have a intro for you guys this time. And yeah, I'll see you after the intro. Yeah, so that was the intro. I did get it from a YouTuber. He is really good at making them. He makes free ones, and I think his name was in the corner of the video. Anyways, let's get into this what if. So, we're gonna take off where we're in the 7 Deadly Sins world. We have Meliodas being the new Demon King. But the demons and the angels don't like how he's ruling. They don't like his choices. So they were planning a rebellion. Now, Meliodas had an idea, though. He knew they were planning a rebellion. So, Meliodas was going to choose a successor to come back and rule the demon world for him. But it wouldn't be anybody from this universe. No, it would be somebody from a whole different one. Meliodas asked Merlin if she could find a way to transfer his powers and soul and abilities and all that into a different universe. Merlin said yes. So, Merlin, on the day of the rebellion, opened up the portal to a random random universe, and took Meliodas' soul power and all of his demon abilities and all that, and made it go through in Naruto's world, in Naruto's universe. Naruto was just born. His parents just got done sealing the nine tails inside of him. While Minato was sealing the 9 tails into Naruto, he decided to split it up into 2 halves. But while he was grabbing Naruto's half, a weird light got grabbed by it as well, being sealed into the new baby boy. Now, we will have a 4-year time skip. Naruto Uzumaki is walking down the road. He just got kicked out of the orphanage, and he hasn't told the Hokage yet. He is treated like a monster. It doesn't help that there's these black markings all down his arm, like a tattoo, that is in the shape of a dragon spiraling all the way down. Everybody thought that was the mark of a demon. Same with his whisker marks. And he stood out in the crowd for having such blonde hair. His bluish green eyes were also one of his features that stood out. They were sort of a tealish color. Naruto was walking down the street, getting stuff thrown at him, getting called demon and brat, and having kids told to stay away from him. Naruto then decided to tell the Hokage about his situation. Once Hiruzen found out, he gave Naruto his own apartment and fired the lady that kicked him out of the orphanage. Then Naruto started living alone. Naruto, every time he would try to cook, it would taste horrible. And he never really had anybody to cook for him. So, Naruto was really lonely. But then one day, one of the villagers decided to take a bat and swing it at Naruto. He swung it and then he dropped it and ran quickly before anybody saw him. Naruto hit the ground with a thud. And also, yes, this was in an alleyway. Naruto fell beside a dumpster to where people wouldn't be able to just see him in the alleyway. They would have to actually look. While Naruto was knocked out, Naruto was in his mindscape. Looking around, he saw a sewerish place. He thought the villagers threw him in there. But then he heard a voice. Come this way. Naruto starts walking forward. And then he sees a huge cage with 2 giant red eyes and a pair of little green ones on top of the red ones. Then Naruto looks closer and sees a giant fox and a boy sitting on top of him. So, my powers chose you as the successor. What do you mean? Who are you? Naruto would stutter out. I am Meliodas. And this fox, I don't know who he is. I am the Kyuubi boy. You will treat me with respect. Oh yeah, he is the Kyuubi. Meliodas had a smile on his face and then jumps through the bars. His powers aren't... Whenever the seal went down, Meliodas kind of just not got grabbed by the Shinigami. More like his powers were drawn towards the boy, so it looked like he got grabbed, but really he was going there willingly. So none of his powers were sealed. But they were at the same time, but he sealed most of it until, he thought the boy was ready. He said, I'm from a different universe. In my universe, we all have magic, and we were under attack. I'm the Demon King. Well, not anymore. I got rebelled on. So before they did it, I made one of my friends transfer my soul and body to a different universe to pick a successor to rule the demon realm. And it chose you. I feel like you and me have something in common, besides just the blonde hair. You and me both have demons. This tailed fox right here, the 9-tailed fox behind me, you should probably try to get along with him. Why? He has power that's about half of mine. And also that tattoo on your arm. Oh, what's this? Okay. That tattoo on your arm. Naruto then lifts up his sleeve. What about it? Each time you unlock one of my abilities, or whenever you get closer to mastering my power, the dragon will start receding into this one. Then Meliodas shows Naruto his shoulder to see the dragon in the circle. Once you have this mark, you'll truly be the dragon's sin of wrath and the new Demon King. Naruto, since he was only 4, was kind of taken back by this, but also he was kind of happy about it. He realized that Meliodas hasn't hit him or beat him, and he was happy about that. He thought he finally had somebody. And the 9-tails. I know that ain't your real name. Who names... I heard that you got your name from us. Do you have a real name? Naruto would ask Ninetales. Yes, but you'll have to gain my trust before I give it to you. Okay. Naruto then jumps onto the fox. How do I gain your trust then? Kurama then looks up at the boy in shock. You're not scared? You're not taken back by this? Oh, yes, I am terrified. But if what he says is right, you sound like you would make a good friend. So, Kurama gives Naruto his name. Naruto then says, Kurama, I like it. Well, I should probably wake up now, since you did say I was in my mindscape. Meliodas then says, wait. Try to pick up the sword. Meliodas then takes the sword that he had and puts it down. Naruto picks it up, but then it starts to glow black. It then changes. It changes into a katana-like blade with a fox guard, and the hilt is black with red strings going down it. And then there's the black and red blade. It's a black blade with sort of a reddish flames going down it. Naruto said, cool. Meliodas said, well, that's yours now. You should probably practice a lot with it. It could go good in combat. And this will combined with, what do y'all call it again? Chakra? Yeah, I heard ninjas talking about it. At least that's what I heard you called them. Oh, you mean those Jonin? Yeah. So, what does this chakra do? I don't know. I'll find out in the academy, though. The academy. When do you go there? In 4 years. Okay, so we have 4 years of physical and mental training to go. Now, Naruto would then do a 15-mile run around the village each day, plus 200 push-ups, 300 sit-ups, and 100 pull-ups. Naruto would push his body to the limits. And seeing how much stamina he had, he could go for a while. And then the day came. 4 years later, Naruto was finally in the academy. And everybody can tell that he is strong. As in, his normal jumpsuit, no more. In fact, he thought of Meliodas as a dad, so he tried to match Meliodas' clothes. Naruto would wear a sleeveless black shirt with a cloak over it with no sleeves. This cloak would be a red one instead, though. It's basically the cloak that you guys are seeing in the... It's basically the outfit that Meliodas is wearing right there. Just change the colors around with, like, red and black. Naruto would also have a stern look on his face. Now, everybody's introducing themselves. And the school years go on pretty normal. Well, besides the part that Kurama would help Naruto with this mental training, meaning studying up on history and all that. So Naruto is book smart. And also, Meliodas pushing him physically would be able to match anybody in a fight. In fact, I would probably say his physical ability would be on mid-beginning. meaning if he puts this up even longer, he gonna be up Jonin rank pretty quickly. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, Naruto would beat everybody, being Rookie of the Year. And also, one day, it was snowing. And there was this little girl who was being bullied on. Hinata was being picked on by the bullies in canon, and then Naruto saw this and came over and used his wooden sword, because he doesn't want to use his real one yet. He used his wooden sword to knock each of them out. And then he would start talking to Hinata. He would have an interest towards Hinata. But then the day came. Graduation exams. Naruto would learn about chakra control from Kurama. Meaning, he would start trying to control his chakra, while he would learn about his dark powers from Melodies and try to control those as well. So Naruto, his chakra network isn't all messed up. So he passes with flying colors. But Mizuki still comes up to him and says, "Hey Naruto, do you want to get even stronger?" And then, explains, if you steal the scroll of sealing and bring it to me, you'll instantly become a tuning. And you can learn one of each, but you have to learn at least one jutsu from it. Naruto then already knew what Mizuki's plan was, but he did want to learn some of the jutsu. He told the Hokage about it, and the Hokage said, "Alright." Naruto then took the scroll of sealing. And then he grabbed out his own scroll and wrote almost every jutsu down except for the second Hokage's flying rising and the first Hokage's wood release stuff, because, he's not a Senju. So, anyways, after that, Mizuki shows up, but so do a bunch of Anbu, not knowing that, Naruto wrote some stuff down. They thought Naruto just sat there the whole time, and they were told to go at a certain time. So, Naruto would learn the Shotokan Jutsu, because that would be the first one that caught his eye, and he would be able to learn it pretty quickly. He would end up bodying Mizuki, but he already had his headband. So, now we go to the team assignments. All the teams are per normal. And then, the teachers would, Kakashi would still be late. But before this, Naruto set up a little trap. Sakura was wondering what Naruto was doing. Naruto then said, "Shut up. Just watch." And then Naruto placed a genjutsu on the whole school. One where Kakashi wouldn't be able to notice that it was a genjutsu, but he would notice pretty quickly after seeing what would happen. It would just completely change every number on every door. Then all you hear is a bunch of doors slamming. Kakashi was getting mad that he couldn't find his students. Then he finally opened the door. "Which one of you put that genjutsu?" Naruto then raised his hand. You're interesting." Then we go to the roof. Naruto's dream would be different. Everybody else's, though, would be the same. Naruto instead would say, "My dream is to be as strong as I can and unlock these powers of mine. And then I will rule, just like he did." "Who did?" Naruto said, "You'll find out in times come." "Is this person bad?" "No. In fact, they're great." "Alright, Well, tomorrow at Training Ground 7, we will start the bell test. Do not eat, or you might throw up. Naruto obviously ate, and, left a few clones behind to start practicing some of the jutsu. He would start working on the Rasengan, Water Dragon, and Fireball. And he would have read about the secret of the Shadow Clone. So the Fireball one would be quick, meaning Naruto had that information before Kakashi showed up. And then he had the Water Dragon. He'll have the Water Dragon jutsu later. And then the Rasengan will happen in like 3 days, I guess. Yeah. No. I'll find out. So, Kakashi shows up. Naruto and them are ready to fight. And then Kakashi says, "Alright, go." He obviously knew that Naruto ate. And Naruto was quicker than all the others. And his hits hurt. Even when he blocked. But then all of a sudden, Naruto started making hand signs. And Naruto flipped up in the air, sending a bunch of clones, so Kakashi didn't know what hand signs he was doing. Then all Kakashi saw while he was trying to avoid a clone was a fireball coming dead at him. Kakashi then tried to dodge. How? Because you will never know what I do. And the way I did this, how I did this, is none of your concern. Let's continue the fight, Kakashi. Kakashi then would pull out his Sharingan, knowing that he needs to watch out for what jutsu Naruto pulls out next. Naruto would then start kicking and punching, throwing a barrage of attacks at Kakashi. Then he would start throwing shuriken and kunai. And then he says, "Sasuke, now." Sasuke didn't know how Naruto knew that he was making a fireball, but Sasuke shot it towards Kakashi. "Sakura, start throwing some tools at him." Sakura starts throwing shuriken and kunai. Kakashi said he's basically forcing them to work together. "Sasuke, shoot another one." And then his clones would start to shoot one. But then he would back up. "Water style. Water Dragon Jutsu. That's an A-rank technique. How do you know that? Be quiet, you might want to start dodging." But then the second he tried to dodge, he would get kicked by Naruto. And little did Kakashi know, Naruto put one of his clones in a genjutsu. But since all the chakra was going crazy, Kakashi didn't know. Naruto then grabs the bells and shows Kakashi, and then throws it to Sasuke and Sakura. And then the team passes. But that is where I'll be ending off this part. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And have a good night, day, or evening. Bye, guys. Love you.